Right, the date palm, Phoenix dactylifera. And in the past I've at various points in videos mentioned the fact that I've grown a lot of these from seed, and I've been doing it for 4 or 5 years now. Do a sort of batch every year. One of the easiest palms really to germinate, and cheap and easy to get hold of. So what I'm holding here is a pack of, or half eaten pack of dates. So it doesn't seem to make any difference what type or brand you get. I mean, the fruit seems to protect the seed, so it's not one of these palm seeds where it's got to be really fresh to germinate. You can keep these months in the fridge, and if you eat them, all the better. If you don't, you just want them for the seed, then you can open them up straight away and get the seeds out. So again, this is I've found one of the easiest palms to germinate. So there's just the pack of dates we've got. I've got some of the seeds here. So that's what the seeds look like. And you will get a bit of this, you can clean them up best you can. Once you've took the fruit off, you get a little bit this white sort of fibre on the seeds. It's best probably to take as much of that off as you can. But in general, when you don't have to clean them up 100%, and I mean at this stage we've literally just peeled them from the fruit, so you've got two options. You can soak them for a day or two in warm water, but I do find that because the moistures, the seeds aren't sort of dehydrated because they've been kept in the fruit, they seem to be fairly well hydrated already, so you don't really need to do that. So what I tend to do is just peel them, clean them up, and bag them up straight away. So when I say bag them up, this is nothing new. I'm sure these date videos have been done hundreds of times, but I'll go through it anyway with you. So we've got 7 seeds there. Like I say, just roughly cleaned up. I do apologise for the autofocus going all over the place. So spread the seeds out. I don't know what's going on with this focus. There. So you spread the seeds out, and we'll just fold that over. This is just a standard kitchen towel there. And we've got a bag. You've got any, nothing special, just a standard sort of freezer bag, or Ziploc bag. And we have written on the date, 28th of 12th 22, and just written date palm on that. And then we'll simply take the tissue, open the bag up, and carefully slide it in without sort of losing your seeds everywhere. So we can hold that in place while we slide it in. So obviously we're going to need a little bit of water in there just to hydrate the seeds as they try and germinate. So we've got some water in a spray, and we don't want to absolutely drench them. We'll just literally just a little bit of moisture in there just to dampen that kitchen towel down a bit, and then make sure we've got most of the air out. Ziploc the bag, and that's what that'll look like. So literally just dampened the tea towel off a bit, and lock that moisture in. So I do find with these date palms it's easier to do it this way rather than use a sort of soil substrate or whatever you normally use, like peat moss or the like. I mean, it's just easier to keep an eye on them, and being a white paper towel, you can keep an eye on the mold situation. So if it does start to mold up in the bag, I mean, you'll see it from the outside straight away. And to be honest, a little bit of mold is not going to harm the seeds, but what you can do is just so much easier and, you know, sterile to swap that bit of kitchen towel out for a fresh bit. So what I'm going to do with this is put it on a heat mat, or if you've got a warm airing cupboard, or even like a satellite set-top box or something like that, something to just give out a little bit of heat. You can just place, as long as the seeds are sort of placed on there, that should be enough. It doesn't need stupid high temperatures, just a little bit of background warmth. And I do find that these do germinate pretty quick in general. I've had them germinate within a week, but I'd say this time of year, obviously it's sort of midwinter, pretty cool. I'd expect 2 or 3 weeks. So again, I'll check them probably once a week, and if you do see any sort of discoloration in the kitchen towel, you can easily just pop that out, swap it for a new piece of kitchen towel, just spray it down again and get them back in. So we're going to do this one. So this is done, so it's going to go on. I might actually put it on my satellite box, because I have got a heat mat, but it's actually sort of full of other stuff at the moment. So it's just like a nice little background winter project you can do, because the idea is, like I say, it could take 3 or 4 weeks. I expect about 2 to 3 weeks, but up to 4 or 5 weeks before you see any action, and you will get a little white nub type root come out of the center of the seed. And I think that the best way to do this is, once it does germinate and start sprouting, I'd let it get at least 1.5 to 2 inches of root. So you're going to get a long wriggly root come out of that seed, and when you've got 1.5 to 2 inches, at that point it is safe to pot up. But obviously we're not at that stage yet, we've literally just sealed them in the bag. So I'll do updates on this, and like I say, it's a good time of year to do sort of palm seeds or stuff that might take a bit longer to germinate, because you can just leave them and sort of forget about them for a bit. So that is how I do my date palm seeds. Like I say, no special treatment. They seem to be quite easy to germinate, and they seem to, you know, I've done this 2 or 3 times a year over the last 5 years, and you'll get the odd seed that won't germinate or just sort of rot off, but in general I'd say it's a good 90% germination. And for the price of a Ziploc bag and a packet of dates, which these were, I think they're 49 pence. Like I say, we've got half of them. I don't really know how many dates you get in there, probably a good 30 or so plus. And if you like dates, they are quite tasty. If you don't, you know, for 49 pence you can just discard of the fruit and do the seeds. And you got to bear in mind it's going to be a long-term project, because they are fairly slow growing depending on how you grow them. I tend to sort of protect them for the first winter, so it's a good time of year to actually sort of germinate them and get them going. You know, once you've potted them on from the germination stage into a little pot, you can have them on a sunny windowsill near a radiator or something like that, just to give them a little bit of warmth and light. But in general, in the summer, you can chuck them in your greenhouse or whatever, and they'll grow quite nicely, and you'll get 2 or 3 decent strap leaves by the end of summer, and then you can keep them as a house plant over winter. They don't mind being a bit cooler as long as they've got a bit of light. So again, just on a windowsill, something like that for the first winter, and then after that, they're pretty hardy palms, to be fair. I've got some outside right now, only sort of 2 or 3 years old, and they've been exposed to the elements pretty much. I've just got a sort of cover over the top of them. And yeah, I mean, obviously if you want to speed up the growth, you can have them indoors for the first few winters, and they tend to go pinnate, I'd say second stroke third year, depending on how you grow them. But yeah, so we will do an update. I'll keep an eye on these seeds, and as and when they germinate, we'll do another video and look at them. Right, so we'll leave it there. I apologise for the dodgy focusing of my phone camera, but yeah, update hopefully within 2 or 3 weeks, so I don't expect them to take too long to pop. Thanks for watching.